They say there are no true friends in politics. They also say there are no true friends in international relationship. It won't take much time friends turn foes in international relationship. You may be wondering, seeing this picture, because we are used to see the picture of Modi, the Prime Minister of India, and President Trump. How can we forget Ab Ki Baar Trump Sarkar? Now, in this picture, the beautiful picture here, I go off. See here the Prime Minister of India, Modi, and the President of China, Xi Jinping. India and China have become close friends once again after years of dispute, after years of border conflicts. They have become friends once again. The Prime Minister of India, Narendra Modi, and the President of China met on the sidelines of Shanghai Co-operation SCO. India's Prime Minister Modi and the President of China, Xi Jinping, met today in the port city of Tianjin on the sidelines of SCO meeting. It is Modi's first time in China after 7 years. It's a long period. 7 years of dispute, 7 years of conflict, 7 years of border disputes. China's President Xi Jinping told Modi that they are no more rivals, they are partners. Modi told that there is peace and stability in the relationship between China and India. President Putin of Russia is also attending the SCO, Shanghai Co-operation Organization. But this year's SCO is overshadowed because of tariff war, because of huge tariffs imposed by the United States of America. We all know that Trump administration or President Donald Trump has imposed 50% tariffs on all Indian goods and services exported to the United States. It's a huge 25% as reciprocal tariffs and the remaining 25% as a penalty, as a punishment to India for importing oil from Russia. As well as the President Donald Trump has put a lot of restrictions on Russia for waging a war with Ukraine. USA, the President of USA, Donald Trump, is imposing too many taxes or tariffs on Indian goods. The Prime Minister of India, Modi, is moving closer to China, closer to Xi Jinping, for developing good and friendly relationship, for doing business, exports and imports. Not only that, they are shifting the relationship from USA to China, because Indian government won't be able to sell their goods in the United States because of these 50% tariffs. Both countries, India and China, are not only populous, they have huge populations. There is a huge demand for goods and services in these countries. Not only that, but they are also very powerful economies. They are getting big economies in the world. Modi also said in SCO today that the flights will resume between India and China after a long gap of 7 years, after the clash between Indian troops and Chinese troops in the Galwan Valley. We know that in 2020. But he has not given the timeline, but they are going to have regular flights between India and China. That clearly shows that India is moving closer to China because it won't be able to sell its goods in USA because of these tariffs. Because the whole SCO, this Shanghai Co-operation Corporation. So this is SCO organization. SCO is overshadowed because of these tariffs. The SCO summit itself is largely symbolic but will allow leaders to air common grievances and shared interest. There are 10 member states in the grouping, including Russia, Pakistan, and Iran, and 16 dialogue partners and observers. The SCO was created by China, Russia, and 4 Central Asian countries in 2001 as a countermeasure to limit the influence of Western alliances such as NATO. So my take here is, well, I just told you in the beginning of the video, there are no true friends in politics. There are no true friendship between countries in the international relationship. They keep on changing sides. Well, India has been closer, very friendly with the United States of America. The Prime Minister of India, Modi, and the President of the United States, Trump, were very good friends. We have seen how Prime Minister was welcomed in the United States by the President of the United States, how much respect, how much, the friendship and bonhomie they had. Even the President Trump, well, it has come to an end now. Now my take here is, since we cannot depend on one country, we know that in the international relationship all countries depend on each other because no country is self-sufficient these days. The countries depend on each other. We have to import goods, we have to export. However developed the country might be, but still they have to depend on other countries because the country cannot produce all the things. Even if the country can produce, it will be economically beneficial if they import certain commodities from other countries. For example, oil is not available all over the world. All the countries depend for oil on Gulf countries and many other countries. Such as, not only that, but other developed countries also import goods from small countries. So, because it will be economically advantageous for them, because we know that external economies of scale is beneficial, because instead of producing small components, they can produce big aircrafts and sell them, or weapons. That's why it's beneficial to import small implements, small components from other countries. So all countries do not have software engineers. They have to look for software, from other countries. So my take here is, if one country is imposing too many taxes or too many tariffs on you, it's not necessarily that we have to depend on the other country. We can move to other countries. We can look for better pastures somewhere else. So because USA is imposing, because 50% tariffs, which is not justified, and 25% tariffs just because India is importing oil from Russia, which is not a sin. So we can move. We can move closer to China. So as a result, both the countries will have mutual benefit. Same way, India can have many other multiple relationships with other countries for export and import of their goods. Well, that's all we have time for this short video. Well, today was SCO meeting in China. There's so many other world leaders are there. Let's wait and see the outcome of this SCO. Till that time, it's goodbye. So don't forget to share, subscribe and like videos. Goodbye guys. Bye-bye.